Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, and today we're going to show you 10 fantastic and free activities you can enjoy in Scotland. Let's face it, most of the time travel can be too expensive. I mean, by the time you're done paying for accommodations, transportation, and food, the absolute last thing you want to do is spend money on attractions and things to do. Luckily, Scotland is a very budget-friendly country. Before we begin, please subscribe and remember to visit us 3 times a week, and let's dig into this wonderfully affordable, beautiful, and entertaining country. Let's begin right in the heart of Glasgow, where you'll find George Square, which has 12 statues of Scottish heroes from Sir Walter Scott to Robert Peel. George Square also has the Glasgow City Chambers, a very grand and impressive building which took 7 years to build between 1882 and 1889. You can have a free guided tour of the city chambers. George Square has a lot of things to explore, and its location right in the heart of Glasgow makes it the perfect starting point for your time there. Still in the city of Glasgow is Victoria Park and Fossil Grove. Located on the west side of Glasgow, this park is very Victorian in style, hence the name, and has a charming pond, beautiful flower beds, and lots of green space for picnics. The park has quite a history, opening in 1886, and shortly after, fossilized stumps of 11 extinct lepidodendron trees were discovered, adding a very interesting and cool mystique to the park. Don't miss out on this interesting, picturesque, and of course free attraction. Now let's head to Edinburgh and the Royal Mile, where you'll find some wonderfully unique museums, and all of them are completely free. Just off the Royal Mile, you'll find the Quiet Writers Museum, located in a beautiful court where the pavement is filled with inscriptions of literary quotes inscribed in stone. The museum has artifacts from Scotland's most famous literary figures, Sir Walter Scott, Robert Louis Stevenson, and Robert Burns. Back to the Royal Mile, you'll also find the Museum of Childhood, which showcases toys and games throughout history, as well as the People's Story Museum, set in an old Tolbooth, which displays many fascinating things from Edinburgh's residents from the 1700s through today. All of these museums provide a perfectly fascinating education into Scottish history. Back to Glasgow for a few free attractions very close to each other. First, Glasgow Cathedral, located east of the city's centre. It's one of the oldest buildings in Glasgow, and the church has been a place of worship for hundreds of years, and the location is thought to be where the city's patron saint, St. Kentigern, built his first church. His tomb is in the lower crypt of the cathedral and surrounded by Glasgow's coat of arms. The cathedral's volunteer guides will be happy to give you a free 1-hour tour of the church. It's a great experience. Right behind the Glasgow Cathedral is the Necropolis, a Victorian cemetery. And while it might seem strange to visit a cemetery, the gravestones and tombs are unusually detailed and beautiful, and the cemetery itself offers a wonderful view of the cathedral and the city of Glasgow. The Friends of the Glasgow Necropolis offer free guided tours several times a month, so you'll have a more complete visit. And directly across the road from the Glasgow Cathedral is the oldest remaining house, Provins Lordship, which dates back to 1471. It's believed that Provins Lordship housed the cathedral's clergy and staff. It is now decorated with furniture from the 1600s, a bit more modern, but the medieval trademark dark walls and low ceilings still remain. It's a free chance to observe Scottish life in medieval times. So we've spent a lot of time in Glasgow. Let's go right outside of Old Town Edinburgh and the Arthur's Seat, which is actually a medium-sized hill that was formed by an extinct volcano. It's a beautiful and magical climb, and the top provides the most amazing panoramic views. On rainy days, a mystical mist forms, although it does shroud the views a bit. The climb isn't very strenuous and takes about an hour, and make sure you check out the ruins of an old chapel along the way. Arthur's Seat is free, provides great exercise, and offers the best views. There's an incredibly beautiful walk in Edinburgh called the Water of Leith Walk, a 12-mile path following the river from Balerno to Leith. You can walk as much or as little as you like, but either way, you'll be immersed in nature right in the middle of the city. The walk also includes many charming spots to stop and explore, including the charming Dean Village. It's one of the most picturesque experiences in all of Scotland. The People's Palace and Winter Gardens is one of the most beloved museums in the country. Located on the edge of Glasgow Green Park, the palace houses the museum, which follows the history of the people of Glasgow through very entertaining exhibits and displays of work and home life. The Glass House has lots of greenery, creating a lush oasis year-round. There's even a cafe in the Glass House, providing the perfect all-day experience. Just like Glasgow, Edinburgh also has a hill that provides perfect city views. In Edinburgh's new town, you'll find Calton Hill, which is a much easier climb. You can do it in 10 minutes, and it provides incredible city views. Locals love having picnics up here, and make sure you climb in time for sunset. Perhaps best of all, there are many unusual monuments and structures at the top of Calton Hill, including a half-finished Parthenon-inspired structure built in the 1820s in memory of soldiers killed in the Napoleonic Wars, but unfortunately it couldn't be completed due to lack of funding. There's a reason locals love it here so much. This place is amazing. So there you have 10 fascinating, beautiful, educational, and best of all, free activities to enjoy in Scotland. We'll be doing more free attraction videos in the future, so please give us a thumbs up and share any favorite free activities you've enjoyed and places where you'd like to explore free activities. As always, we thank you very much for visiting our channel, and we'd love to see you back again soon. This is Vanessa for Passport Pages. Happy travels, everyone!